channel, Andra Makes. I have a pattern review for you today, so thanks so much for tuning in to watch. It really means a lot to me and it encourages me to keep my channel going on YouTube. I'm going to be going over the pattern envelope with you and showing you the pattern pieces, and then I'll show you the dress on a hanger as best I can close up, and then I'll try it on for you, and then I'll show some pictures of me wearing it. And after you've watched the review, if there's any questions you have, anything I didn't go over that you'd like to know, let me know in the comment section and I will help as best I can. And the pattern I'm going to be reviewing is Simplicity 9380. And it is this pattern right here, and this is a 2021 pattern. And it has 4 different views. And all the views have raglan sleeves, and views A and B have one tier for the dress portion, and then view A has a hood and view B does not have a hood, and views A and B have tapered sleeves. The model is wearing view A, and then views C and D have 3 different tiers for the dress portion, and they have elastic around the bottom of the sleeves, and view C has a hood and view D does not. And I made view D with the 3 tiers, no hood, and elastic around the sleeves. Let's go over the pattern envelope. The description is Mrs. Sweatshirt Dresses. And I want to talk a little bit about that because, you know, I always say, don't judge a pattern by the envelope cover. In fact, the second video I ever made on YouTube was called Don't Judge a Pattern by the Cover. And we're going to be going over that today, and I just want to encourage you, especially maybe those who haven't been sewing very long, that you can look past the way the envelope is styled. You don't have to, this says sweatshirt dress, you don't have to make it a sweatshirt dress. And also notice on the pattern how they have it styled. She is super casual. She's wearing tennis shoes. She has a paintbrush in her hand. They've got paint cans. Apparently she's going to be painting her room wearing that dress, but the idea on the envelope is that they have it super casual. And I'm going to show you my version, which is not casual at all. And let's get back to the envelope cover. It does not have a rating on it, but I will say that the pattern is easy, but it's not fast, if that makes sense. Especially the version I made with the 3 tiers. I think view B with no hood and just 1 layer for the dress would be a lot faster. Okay, let's go over the specs on the pattern. The size ranges from an extra small to an extra large, and that covers a bust of 30.5 inches to 46 inches, a waist of 23 inches to 39 inches, and hips, which they want you to measure 9 inches below the waist, goes from a 32.5 inches to 48 inches. And the fabric suggestions, need to put my readers on. All views are sized for stretch knits only, such as double knit, fleece, ponte, sweatshirt fleece, and terry knit. And the fabric requirements as far as yardage, depending on the view you make and the size you make, goes from 2 3/8 yards to 4 yards. And the notions you'll need are thread and 1/2 yard of 3/8 inch wide elastic, and that is for views C and D for the bottom of the sleeves. And it does have the finished garment measurements for the bust on the pattern envelope, which is fantastic. I wish they would all do that. But the finished measurements for the bust go from 32.5 inches to 47 inches. And I made size medium, which is 14/16, and I always make a size 14 in big 4, and the bust measurement for a size 14/16 is 36 to 38 inches, and the finished bust measurement for the size I made 14/16 is 39 inches. So depending on your bust size, you either have 1 to 3 inches of ease there. And I made no changes to the pattern whatsoever. I'm going to show you the pattern pieces. Oh, let me show you the line drawings first. And I like to show them on the instruction sheet instead of the envelope because it's larger. You can see the front and back of all the views there. Now I'll show you the pattern pieces. There is the elastic guide if you're making view C or D. That's for the bottom of the sleeve. And then the neckband piece. The front bodice, this is cut on the fold. This is the same piece for all views. And the back bodice, this is cut on the fold also, and again this is the same for all views. Check out this sleeve. I love it, it's huge. And I do want to point out that there is a dart in this sleeve, which I am so impressed with because I see this a lot in vintage patterns. They'll have a dart on the sleeve, and I absolutely love that, and I've always wondered why they stopped doing that, but I was so pleased to see it in this pattern. And it just gives a more tailored, nicer fit, I think, to the shoulders, so I was really impressed to see that on this pattern. And then there's they're calling this the skirt front piece, which I thought was kind of odd, and it threw me for a minute when I was looking for the pattern pieces, but it's actually the top ruffle piece. So I'm not sure why they called it the skirt front. I think that is a little confusing, but anyway, they did. And you cut one of these on the fold. And then this is the skirt back. They have it called. You cut one of those on the fold. And then this is called the upper ruffle, which is odd. I think this should be the middle ruffle. I think the first one should be the upper, and this one should be the middle. And you cut 3 of these on the fold. And then this is the lower ruffle. See, I think it should have been upper, middle, and lower, but anywho, what do I know? See how long that is, and you cut 3 of these on the fold. So you can imagine with all those ruffle pieces, this is a fabric hog, and the size I made, 14/16, called for 3 yards of fabric. And like I said, this is easy, but it's not fast. All those gathers, they take a while. And I did use Sam from Frugalissima, her gathering with elastic method, and I'll link to that video in the description box. That's my favorite way to gather, and I think it turned out really nice. So here's my dress. As you can see, I did some color blocking, and I'd originally planned on making the entire thing out of this burnt orange fabric. This is either a rayon spandex or a double brush poly, and it came in a thread crate box. And I absolutely love the color. I love the fabric. It is wonderful to work with. It holds a press. It doesn't curl. It is great to sew. But like I said, I originally planned on making the entire dress out of this, but I didn't have enough. I only had 3 yards of this. So I started looking in my stash, and I found this fabric. This is a navy. It has textured stripes going through it. If this is a sweater knit, it's very thin for a sweater knit. I'm not sure exactly what this fabric is, but I made a pair of pants out of it, and I had this left over. So I thought these 2 colors went great together. So I decided to do some color blocking since I didn't have enough of this fabric. And there's all the tiers there. And then here's the back. And then here's the elastic around the sleeves. And I will go try it on for you. Here's my dress. I love it a lot. I actually wore it to church Sunday. It is super comfortable. I want to point out a couple things. I'm 5'11". I have very long limbs, and I want to show you how long these sleeves are on me. Like if I pull it down, look at that. So keep that in mind if you have shorter arms than I do. And also I probably could tighten this elastic some because I have very small wrists. So I would have a more poofy effect, I think, if I tighten the elastic a little bit more. But I think I'm going to leave it. It's really comfortable. And I'm going to point out the darts on the sleeve. I hope you can see that. I really love that detail, and I wish they would do that a lot more. And also I want to point out the length. I'm wearing about a 2-inch heel, and it hits just above my knee, and when I'm not wearing shoes it hits barely just below my knee. So keep that in mind for your height as well. But I really love it, and I do recommend this pattern for beginners, especially view B, that only has the one skirt piece and no hood. You could really get your feet wet there with gathering, and it would be a relatively easy and faster sew. So I do recommend this pattern for beginners, definitely, and I love it a lot. I recommend the pattern. Oh, sorry about that light coming in there. And like I've said, just by your fabric choice, you can totally change the look of a pattern from the way they have it on the envelope. And I just love swishy dresses. And here are some pictures of me wearing it. I hope you found that review helpful. Let me know if you've made this dress or if you would like to make it. I would like to make it in view B with just the one piece for the skirt and no hood. That would go a lot faster, and it really is an enjoyable sew. It's not difficult at all, just all those tiers and the gathering, they just take a while. So pace yourself, but it is worth it. So let me know your thoughts on this pattern. I'd love to hear what you think. And as always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my video. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel thus far. It really means a lot to me. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you would. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye!